have very recently begun playing Dead by Daylight, the game where there are 4 survivors against 1 killer. I have played less than 20 hours. I'm very new, but let me tell you what things I've learned so far. One of the first and biggest things that I learned is that Dead by Daylight has a ton of terminology and a ton of abbreviations and shorthand for different words. If I'm trying to look anything up, if I'm trying to research something, I need a dictionary of all of these terms and phrases that I just feel so foreign to me. There are perks, there are shorthands for gameplay. There are some terms that I think have to do with leveling up, and I still don't entirely know what they mean. Some of them I'm learning, like, you know, camping and slugging and tunneling. I've learned about those, but I feel like there's always some new one that's popping up when I'm trying to learn about things. There's always some new term that I then need to look up. That was an unexpected one. I had heard that there was a bit of a curve to playing this game and that it was more challenging when you start out, and I have found that is true. It's a big challenge starting out. It doesn't mean it's not fun, but there is a lot of challenge. I've learned that beginner killers go extra hard, and because they're learning, because they're trying things that sometimes are apparently considered inconsiderate. I have also played with some friends who are more experienced, and so I've gotten some killers that are more experienced, and yeah, they're still difficult for me because I don't know what I'm doing, but they are more inclined to have mercy on me as a beginner as well. They somehow recognize that. I don't know how. And they're less inclined towards that more frustrating gameplay. No offense to beginner killers, you gotta do what you gotta do to get that win if that's what's important to you. I've also learned there is way more lore to this game than I realized. I just thought it was, oh, killers, survivors. They have backstories. Some of them know each other. Some of the killers are reluctant to kill. I had no idea about any of this. I love when games have, it seems like a simple premise, but they put so much into the story, even in games like this, and I love that. Personally, I love it. So that was a very pleasant surprise, but still something I don't know why I did not expect. I heard it recommended to watch other people play, in particular someone called Darva, and watch their videos on how to be a better killer or survivor. And watching them is informationally helpful, but executing what they say to do has been a little bit more difficult. And that is another beginner learning curve that you gotta look out for. The main video I watched was their video on tiles, and while I can sometimes recognize that something is a tile, I still, in the panic of the moment, cannot recognize what tile it is or how to play it. I've also only just recently started practicing actually moving my camera while I'm running, which has been half successful, half not, because half the time I run into something, but half the time when I can actually see where the killer's going, it has helped me stay away. I've only started to get it, but it has been a delight to finally accomplish. I've heard that this community can be pretty toxic with its players, and while I have definitely seen some of that, I have also seen some really kind players, some that have seen me struggling as a beginner and have shown me mercy or shown me kindness or have helped me out in some way. And it's been actually really nice to see. I did not expect that just because of all the warnings I got. And so it's actually nice. There's a big chunk of the community that is really kind, and I feel like that's probably what has kept this game alive for as long as it has been. And I'm grateful for that too, because that means I get to try it now. I feel like the main thing that I've learned though is that it's more fun to play than it is to win. Winning's a fun bonus, a nice bonus. Getting points is good, but it's more fun to just try to have fun. And if I lose, I lose. I've had a lot of fun in the meantime, trying different things, trying a loop around a tile that I'm unfamiliar with. It's more fun to try to go to save that person off the hook, even if it means you're more likely to die. It's more fun to just chase survivors around rather than actually necessarily get them on the hook. If you can get them off gens more, that's way more fun for me. Trying all these different things that may end up in failure is way more fun to me than just straight up winning. I discovered tomes and their challenges, and those are really fun. It's really fun to focus on your tome challenges. Getting that tome challenge done is a win in its own. It truly is not about whether you win or lose, it's how you play the game. Also, playing with friends makes it more fun. Highly recommended. I am so sorry, killers, that you cannot play with friends except in custom matches, and then you can't get any points. But custom matches, real fun. I think personally there's no shame in that. That's what I've learned. There are a lot of terms, there's a lot of lore. It's gonna take practice, but it's really fun practicing. So what are some tips? What are the next things I should learn? What are some techniques or methods that you think I should try? Let me know in the comments. And thanks for watching. I will see you next time.